This week on At Your Leisure, the AYL crew is showing off our premier resort destination in Dduchesne County. That's sure to be fun for the whole family.
Then we get a sneak peek at an upcoming side-by-side adventure rally, which features great vendors and people with amazing events, riding, and scenery at the beautiful Sand Hollow State Park.
Finally, Chad and I get to participate in a living, breathing train museum in Ely, Nevada.
So get ready.
At Your Leisure is next. You know, today we are going to show you how you can drive 3 hours and go back 100 years. It's easy.
It is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth, and we are in Ely, Nevada today at the Northern Nevada Railway. Now, I'll be honest with you, I love steam trains. I've done the Durango thing. I've been to Steamtown in Pennsylvania. I did not know this was here.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal museum. Not only museum, but you can actually get on these gorgeous steam trains and ride up into the canyon. It's gorgeous.
They have a variety of tours. They have a big museum, a campus, so to speak.
Yeah.
The old rail yard. And they've got live breathing steam trains that you can take for rides.
We're getting wet with the steam right now. This is so exciting.
It is. So that's our course today, is to show you all about Northern Nevada Railway, Ely, Nevada. It's a great weekend trip on your way through the Great Basin National Park if you're headed from Utah. So let's find out a little bit about all the things you can do when you visit NNR.
The very cool thing about the Nevada Northern Railway is when you ride the Nevada Northern, you buy your ticket still at the East Ely Depot and you get on the train pulled by one of our original locomotives. The railroad actually climbs up above the city, so you got a great view of the community. We have multiple specialty rides. Our most popular specialty ride is what we call the Great Basin Star Train. About 5 years ago, we partnered with Great Basin National Park, and we bring the Dark Rangers from the park, and for the Star Train, we leave just before sunset. We head east and climb the mountains behind us there to a star viewing area. If you're a real railroad enthusiast, we have a program that is very unique to us here, and that is called Be the Engineer. In the background here, you can hear that chuff, chuff, chuff. That's the air pump on locomotive 93. We actually allow the public to operate one of our steam locomotives on a 14-mile round trip. If you want to come visit the Nevada Northern Railway, the best place to start is our website, which is nnry.com. All of our program, all of our ticketing is on there. You're welcome to give us a call. Our phone number is 775-289-2085.
The greatest thing about the Northern Nevada Railway Museum is that it's a living museum. There's none of this static stuff. They keep at least 2 locomotives running at all times.
It's so cool. It's not like you're watching a movie inside a museum. You're in the movie.
That's right. It lives and it breathes. Well, we've got our own destination ahead of us, but we've got a where to for you too. We'll join up with you in just a few minutes.
So we are at Moon Lake Resort. It's the largest lake in the High Uintas. We are basically 28 miles north of Duchesne, Utah.
I think people come to Moon Lake just to escape the
things in the city and find some peace and quiet.
That's one of the things that I think Moon Lake Resort is known for, is the hummingbirds. And there are, on any given day, there's 20 to 30, sometimes or more, hummingbirds out on the back porch.
The best thing about Moon Lake is that families just seem to kind of reconnect when they get up here, just reconnect with each other and with nature.
We have families that have come here for, when they were kids, and now they're bringing their grandkids. So a lot of them haven't missed a year in 40, 50 years.
Yeah, 4 to 5 generations they've been coming here just every year. This is what they look forward to every year for their vacation.
This is their magic place. They just come every year. It's pretty fun.
So far, what I enjoy the most is just the quiet. And when I drive up here from Mountain Home, just how it seems to take a weight off your shoulders. Just driving and just coming to this beautiful valley, and it's just reminds you of how much we're blessed in this country. We have so many things. We just need to be able to go out and enjoy them and take advantage of the kind of peace that can help bring to you when there's so much craziness going on. So unique. It's just so much fun to be able to go sit by the beach in the mountains, and there's sand, and you can just relax, read a book, put your feet in the sand, and kids can play and have a good time.
Aside from the 15 cabins where you can come and stay, we also have watercraft that people can rent.
Mountain bike rentals, and we work with a outfitter that does horseback rides that are super fun. They from 10 minutes to 2-hour rides up through the mountains and around the lake. Well, we love it. We're still making the changes that we wanted to make and updating a few things. And the best part about it so far is just the people that we've been able to meet that have come from everywhere. And when they share their stories with us, that's what's so much fun, is just hearing about the good times that they've had up here at Moon Lake.
Reason number 11 to spend the night in Duchesne County. Sweet Tea's Antique Shop is tucked away in the tiny town of Tabiona and features a carefully curated collection of some of the rarest finds in the Southwest. After shopping till you drop, you can stay the night in one of the cozy tabby cabins located just across the street. Discover all the reasons to spend the night in Duchesne County at uintabasin.org.
Hey honey, have you seen this tire? Do you think we'll make it?
Not on that thing.
Don't let bad tires ruin your trip. With service stations at every location along I-15, we can get you back on the road with fast, friendly, professional service. Eagles Landing has everything you need along the way. Even the things you didn't know you'd need. Get ready for the road at Eagles Landing.
Dear Diary, we went camping for our vacation on Tushar Lake. We did so many fun things. I learned something on this trip. Camping on Tushar Lake is way more fun than any old mouse in an amusement park.
Make Marysville your hub for adventure. Nestled in the Tushar Mountains with direct access to the Bayou Trail. Explore history from Miners Park to Butch Cassidy's cabin, while blazing trails from mountain peaks to the shores of Otter Creek.
Hey, welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm Scott Huntsman. Hey, it's a beautiful day today in the fall, but this is a painful day for me. This is the day I have to put away my probably funnest toy of any of them I have is my boat. And we need to get the boat ready for a long winter's nap. Now there's a half a dozen ways to do this, but I'm gonna show you my way and the way that I do it. So a boat like this, it's about 14 years old, is gonna go for another 14 years easy without any problems because we winterize it correctly with all the coolers and pumps and extra kind of coolers that these things are equipped with now. There's a certain way that I do it just to safeguard that. So, hey, let's get started with this. I've got a handful of products here. We're gonna show you each one of them. We'll get going with this and let's get her winterized. So before I get started really doing a lot of the winterization, there is one thing that I check that's important. One thing that can be a concern is you can get water into the oil at the bottom of the outdrive, and if it were to freeze, then that's gonna crack this case. So I remove the bottom drain plug. I'm gonna lose a slight bit of oil. In this case, I'm okay. Oil only. I have no water in the outdrive oil. That's a good thing, but I wouldn't know it until I check. Now I'm gonna run the engine to get it up to temperature, but before I do that, I'm gonna add my best friend right here to gasoline that's gonna be sitting for a while. That's stabilizer for the fuel. I want it to mix in and get into the fuel injection system of the engine, so running it for about 10 minutes with the hose is gonna do that for me. Let's get this product in here and literally just pour it in. Okay, we've been running the engine with the hose and with the rabbit ears about 10 minutes, get it up to temperature, get that fuel stabilizer worked in. The thermostat is now open. The engine temperature is at 175. That's where we want it so that it now is going to flow the coolant and the lake water through all the coolers, the oil coolers, the power steering cooler, etc. While that thermostat is open, we're gonna work quickly. I've rigged up a nice piece of hose with the male hose end and a funnel with the rabbit ears. I can then get the RV antifreeze in. It's gonna pump that through all those coolers, and that's how we're gonna protect all those elements. My lovely, beautiful wife, Tanya's inside. She's gonna be working the key for me. Start it up. Okay, you can shut off. Last step with the engine. I'm gonna run a fogging oil into the intake manifold. This just gives it a treatment so when it sits all winter and the moisture that may build inside the intake manifold isn't going to rust any parts because we're going to have them fogged. That's the reason for fogging. So again, I'll have Tanya start the engine. A little bit of spray, just lightly, doesn't take much. And just like that, I've got it fogged. The last step is I'm gonna pull the plugs that are gonna drain the block and the exhaust manifolds. I always store it with all the fluids full. So the engine oil, the power steering, and the outdrive oil are all gonna be full and topped off if I need to. I don't wanna leave anything low. All right, guys. Hey, we're all done with this. Before I wrapped it up, I checked the batteries, make sure the electrolyte level is up and that the batteries are well charged. A well-charged battery won't freeze. I don't take mine out because the battery goes inside a garage. If you keep it outside, you can either leave them there if they're well charged and maintained, or just pull them out and put them on some wood, a block of wood, and keep a trickle charger on them. Anyway, they last for a long time. These are 14 years old. 14 years on original batteries in this boat is because I take care of them. Hey, I'm gonna have to somehow take care of my sorrows from putting away one of my favorite toys. So, you know, I'll figure out how to do that, but on Scout Huntsman, more at your leisure in a moment.
Isn't it time to slow down? To enjoy the view, to get some space, and to social distance. There's no better place to be than on the trails. Visit tualacountytrails.com for your next adventure.
Can-Am takes terrain domination to a whole new level by partnering with Fox to introduce Smart Shocks, the industry's first fully self-adjustable suspension technology. This enhanced system works seamlessly to prevent excessive squat during hard acceleration, reduce body roll, and improve traction and stability while cornering, and reduce weight transfer while braking. The Can-Am Smart Shocks technology delivers the ultimate performance, control, and comfort on any terrain.
Coming down into the little valley and stuff, you can look over the whole thing. For me, I can just feel the stress just kind of melt away. There's so many trails to go up on and explore. The desert, and then you've got the lake, you got the mountains. It's just a little bit of everything. It's a little piece of paradise out here. Pretty much anybody that I've brought up here, they will ask, can we come back?
At Stedman's Recreation, trucks are arriving daily with back-ordered side-by-sides, ATVs, and dirt bikes. Let Stedman's Recreation help get you outside so you can explore and create memories to last a lifetime. Call or stop by Stedman's to hold your side-by-side, ATV, or dirt bike with a small deposit. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, and Beta. Plus, Stedman's has a full service department and Honda power equipment.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure at the headquarters of the Northern Nevada Railway, which is a historic steam-running railway. What do you got there?
It is one of the heaviest wrenches I have ever had in my hands. This baby is huge. Look at that.
That is an adjustable wrench. But
this wrench means business.
When you've got big things like a railroad, then you've got to have big things like big wrenches. I have a riddle for you, okay?
Yeah.
What does a locomotive like this and Tesla have in common?
Don't know.
They both are coal-powered.
There you go. Woohoo! Go coal.
All right, I know some of you are going to argue with me, but because the majority of our power load comes from coal, that means that a Tesla electric car is coal-powered.
Well, the United States does have the cleanest coal around.
That's true, it does, and Utah leads the way.
You're darn right it does.
So we already know what it takes to run a tourism railroad, but what does it take to keep the railroad running? Let's find out.
So we do a lot of manufacturing of our own parts, a lot of reverse engineering of things. You know, if something breaks, it's like, okay, well, we got to go from what we have and then go backwards and figure out what we need. And then we draw up our own plans and get the material and make it on the lathe, on the mill, whatever we need to do. The material we use here is, that we machine here mostly is brass, bronze, mild steels, and Babbitt, and then we also make gaskets out of copper. The crane is the only one that actually really functions. It was built in 1907 by the Industrial Works of Bay City, Michigan. It's a 100-ton crane. It was built for the railroad new, and it's used for lifting. We still bring it out a couple times a year and do demonstrations with it, that kind of thing. Every now and then we do actually have to lift something with it, so it's really nice to have when we need it for that. It's, if they had a train wreck usually, so if you had a train wreck, you needed something to put everything back on the track, so they'd use that. It was also used in the early days when they got it to build the mill and smelter out at McGill, which is no longer there. Major maintenance-wise, they're usually pretty good. You know, every now and then you get a hot bearing or something like that. Sometimes it's just you got to get under there and adjust things. We've got 2 operational steam locomotives, the 40 and the 93. You know, they're always getting worked on it. A steam locomotive, yeah, every day you run it, you have to go out and grease it. It's like doing an oil change on your car every day you're going to drive it. That's about the best analogy I have. Nothing really, there is no recirculating oil system on those things. It's once it's used, and you just got to add more basically. So every day those run, they get at least probably 2 hours of attention before they go out and run that day.
Well, as you can see, it takes a lot of work to keep these rail machines running, and some creative thinking on top of that.
That's what this little kitty's for.
Yep.
This is their little mascot. Look how dirty his nose is. Is that adorable or what?
This is DJ, Dirt Jr. We could not find the Dirt King, who is the shop supervisor, but we know that Dirt's still around because he's got his own brand of coffee.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna go get some later. other store.
Yes, we are.
But I love his little nose. It's so cute.
Yes, it's a very dirty little nose.
Yep.
Well, right now we're going to leave here and take you onto our Along the Way.
Sponsored every week by Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
Great place to get stuff for your off-road.
Indeed.
The ebb and flow of riding season in Utah is in full swing. With riding in the northern part of the state wrapping up for the season, the off-roading in southern Utah is getting better and better. The Side-by-Side Adventure Rally holds their event every year at Sand Hollow State Park to kick off the season. And before you ask, yes, they are still holding their event this year, and it is complete with every opportunity riders can ask for.
Each year we do it here in sunny Sand Hollow. This is an epic place to get everybody together, ride in the sand, ride in the rocks. We released about 200 cars this morning, and they all went on guided trail rides. So the idea is you sign up ahead of time. We put some awesome professional trail guides with you, and you get to go learn how to rock crawl, do things that you didn't, kind of stretch your ability a little bit, and then you get to see these other professionals do it, so it becomes easier. You become more comfortable, you become confident, and it doesn't really cost you anything to get it done.
That's what's so cool about this event in particular is the guides they pull together are so experienced and so willing to help anyone, regardless of their skill level, come out and just have a good time and get knowledge. I think that's one thing we're lacking in the side-by-side community is just knowledge and what it all means and what it takes, and you can get that all here.
The guided rides are only the beginning. Each day starts off with a tasty breakfast to get everyone fueled up for the day ahead, and after rides finish up, everyone is invited to browse the vendor village and check out the latest tech for their off-road vehicles.
If you want to buy something, this is the place to come do it. Everything's in one place. If you want to ask questions, that's what I do. I come down and ask people stuff, put them on my machine.
Just seeing all the aftermarket companies in general support the lifestyle, and the more vendors that are here, the bigger and funner it looks, and makes it best for all of us.
And of course, the rally would not be complete without being able to test drive new vehicles on real rock and obstacles that you won't find on any dealer's test course.
It's been really fun to see all the major manufacturers, step up and bring demo units so everybody gets to come out and take a test drive in all the different machines and give them an idea.
This actual facility got voted by the manufacturers as the #1 test drive facility in America for them. Just because they can bring their cars here and they can give you a 15-minute to a 35-minute experience in their car, brand new. Nowhere else can you do that.
If you want to get your hands on the latest machine and put it to the test, then the Side-by-Side Adventure Rally is the place to do it. And while you're out there, you can enjoy the rest of what the rally and Sand Hollow have to entertain the whole family. This year's event is set for November 12th to the 14th, with guided rides happening every day. Head over to sidebyside-adventurerally.com to see the rest of the schedule and information on how to register. We hope to see you somewhere along the way to the rally. For At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open, so why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best, like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection, and group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris, think outside.
Sick of staying home? Getting outside and exploring great open spaces is now more important than ever. Spend your summer exploring Tooele Valley, where there is so much so close. Plan your escape now at TueleValley.org.
The Old West is still alive in Dduchesne County. Stories of the past are hidden in the desert mountains. From relics of mining history to places of outlaw mystery, tall tales to be discovered and buried treasure to be uncovered. Dduchesne, the key county of Utah.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Well, this is the fun part of the trip.
Oh, so fun.
When you do the Northern Nevada Railway, you get to actually go out on the train,
Yeah.
which is what we're doing now.
Oh my gosh, this is so delightful. Every second of it. I mean, we went back in time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, this is not the wreck of the old 93, okay? This is just, it goes faster downhill than it goes up.
Right.
Anyway, here's a trivia question for you. What kind of fuel economy does a locomotive get?
I don't know.
Well, this trip that we took today is 14 miles, 7 miles up, 7 miles back. 2 tons of coal.
Wow, for 14 miles.
For 14 miles. So
That-
think how hard that got. You did a couple shovelfuls earlier.
I'm telling you, these guys work their tails off in that engineer room. Yeah.
Anyway, right now it's time for us to do something a little easier. We want to give you a nice prize. It's time for our weekly sticker contest giveaway.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Brad Taylor. Congrats, Brad. It looks like you're the lucky winner of a half-day UTV rental from Epic Rentals.
Epic Rentals offers the best rentals on anything with wheels. Remember, your epic journey starts with an Epic rental.
Be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at our Trail of the Week.
This week's Trail of the Week is the Cherry Vernon Creek section of the Prospector Trail System.
The Prospector Trail System is located in Tooele County and covers approximately 700 miles of trails.
To get more information on the Cherry Creek Vernon section of the Prospector Trail or any of the other trails that have been completed on the Trail 360 project, visit outsiders.zone. Now, let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Kevin and Gina are revisiting our friends at Southern Utah Adventure Center, only this time the mission involves a fun day in the sun on wave runners.
Then, we're headed out to Millard County to dig up some real fun as we spend the day rock hounding.
Lastly, the folks from Stedman's are introducing us to a family that, due to an unfortunate tragedy, was brought closer together through the bond of dirt biking.
Well, that's all the time we have for our show today. As always, Reed has found something rather interesting.
Look how cute that is. I love it. It's so cute. This place has got so much personality and it's so much fun. And the people are awesome on the train. You got to bring your friends and family out here.
So just look it up, Northern Nevada Railway, Ely, Nevada, and remember, there's adventure around every bend, whether it's paved, dirt, or steel.
You got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. Okay, let's...
Beautiful. Look at that. This is the way it used to be.